Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Cowboy Spur. My name is Victoria Hurdle, I'm in 12th grade, and I'm the student life editor for The Sidekick.
My name's Joanne Kim, I'm in 11th grade, and I'm a staff writer.
My name is Mir Mahfouz, I'm in 11th grade, and I'm the co-sports editor.
My name is Sally Paraporto, I'm in 12th grade, and I'm the editor-in-chief for The Sidekick. The Cowboy Spur is a weekly podcast that rotates topics around a set schedule. Discussion will focus on news, sports, entertainment, student life, and opinions, with the occasional offshoot episode where we just mess around and have fun. Please excuse our audio quality, as we are filming over Zoom due to COVID.
For the Cowboy Spur, we have a roulette system where we're going to be switching off of topics each week. So next week, we're going to start with student life, but we could switch off to sports or entertainment or news after that. We're also going to have our casual offshoot episodes, which we officially named as shoot-offs, to align with the Cowboy Spur theme. Shoot-offs are pretty much going to be just random conversations between the four of us that are going to be super casual, and we're going to be talking about a lot of topics that are fun to talk about in our generation. Next week, we're all going to be bringing on our first guest for the student life section.
Every week, we will feature a story from Kappa Student Media. This week, our story of the week is A Sign of the Times by our very own Sally Parampoto. It won the first Best of SNO of the year. Best of SNO is student newspaper online, and it's basically this award that you can get. Only 10% of news stories get it from student newspapers, so it's a pretty nice accomplishment. Sally, would you mind reading the first couple of lines to your story?
Sure. With each snip of the scissors, another lock of hair fell to the ground. As nearly 6 inches of black waves were severed, a small pile formed at my feet. It was my first haircut since May of 2019.
Make sure to visit Kappa Student Media to read the rest of the story. Sally's story mentions how different things are because of virtual learning. Sally, is there anything you miss about school?
Yeah, there's always the build up to the first day of school that I mentioned in the story that I normally get excited about, going clothes shopping or supply shopping and getting snacks. That didn't really happen this year, so the idea of school was kind of weird because I knew that there wasn't as much build up. It's especially weird for me as a senior because it's the last one of these I'm going to have in high school. I don't know how different the build up towards the first day of college is going to be, but it was definitely really weird getting ready for school this year because there wasn't really much to get ready beyond making sure my Zoom was updated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't really feel like school actually started, I still kind of feel like I'm in this weird, in between summer break, but it's not really break, especially since usually my school triggers are like, oh, now I have to actually start waking up at 6 in the morning so I can, get ready and go outside and catch the bus and all that stuff. And it's especially for supplies shopping and stuff. This year, I still try to motivate myself a little bit, but, buying cute highlighters off of Amazon just doesn't feel the same as going in person to Daiso and picking out my own cute notebooks and stuff. So that was something I missed a little bit. Mir, is there anything that you miss about school?
For me personally, I think I just missed the locker room the most because we're still allowed to be on the field and in the field house, but nobody's allowed inside of the locker rooms. And for us, the soccer team, we spend a lot of the time in the locker room, having a lot of fun with each other. We have a whole Xbox in there, and we're always competing against each other and playing games and just talking amongst each other in the locker room. So I know we're not going to get that experience this year, so hopefully we can get it back later throughout the year because that's something I really miss.
You guys have an Xbox?
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, we have TVs and Xboxes and
In the
everything.
locker room?
Yeah, we play games.
What? I thought locker rooms were filled with moldy shower stalls and gross t-shirts. You guys have TVs?
Our locker room is massive.
What on earth? You privileged children? I want an Xbox. Sally, why don't we have an Xbox in the newsroom?
You know what? I will put that on my to-do list. When we get back to D115, the sidekick room, we will make sure that getting an Xbox is the first thing on our to-do list.
You know what? Actually, my brother isn't using his PS4 anymore. Maybe I can like zhuzh his PS4 into the newsroom. We can play. I don't know what games he has on there. Is Fortnite on the PS4? Is that a game that people?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, we can all gather in a circle and watch people play Fortnite in the newsroom.
Mir, how many years have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing soccer for like 9 years, but I've been on the team since freshman year.
I've been doing theater since freshman year. I've been doing theater for many years before, but at Coppell since freshman year. It's been the same theater room that all 4 years. I haven't seen what it looks like now. I know they were doing renovations to the auditorium and all, but I mean, I haven't been able to look in the theater room. It's weird because the theater room, there's something about it. It was the first class I had my freshman year. I had it first period, and there's like a wall of mirrors. And I think it's the coolest thing because the room itself isn't super massive, but the fact that we have a wall of mirrors just makes it look so huge. And like the main theater room is connected to something called the black box. The walls and the floor, it's all painted black. There are black curtains everywhere, and sometimes shows are held in there, and it's just really magical. And you have like the contrasting colors of like the black box, which is all dark, and then the main theater room, which is like, it seems bigger because it's brighter, even though it's smaller than the black box. It's got those mirrors and the light floor and the, yellow lighting. And it's really magical. And I am going to miss it a lot. Victoria, what places in the school are you going to miss?
I miss the sidekick room and going in there and seeing Mr. Wofford and everybody in there and the environment. I miss going outside of class to interview people and just talk to them. And I know that's something that might happen, but it's gonna have a lot of regulations now. And also I miss going to the library because I used to go to the library and get books, but now I have like 3 overdue books that were overdue since March. So yeah.
Mr. Wofford is our newspaper
Yes.
advisor. Is
Mhm.
that the correct term, by the way? I don't know. I get to see him in person starting Tuesday. Tuesday, September 8th, along with Victoria.
Yes.
So there's only going to be 3 kids in my Spanish class. I don't know about my other classes, but even so, I'm still really excited to be back.
Yeah. It's super exciting to be back, and I know that we're not going to be able to like give hugs to each other or like shake hands or high fives or anything, so it's going to be different, but I'm excited.
And Mir and I aren't going back, so I know that he and I are going to have to miss some of these things a bit more, or at least for a bit longer of a time. So when you guys do go back, make sure you send lots of pictures with all the renovations. It'll make me happy.
I'll take selfies with Mr. Wofford and send them to you.
Thank you all for joining us in this first episode of the Cowboy Spur. Next week, we'll be bringing our first guest, so look forward to that. Hope you all have a great weekend.